Alright, hello and welcome back to Electro Guide. I'm your host, and today we re-diving into something I get asked about all the time. My top electrician hacks that every single DIY should know. These are the tips and tricks I've picked up over years on the job that will make your home electrical project safer, easier, and a lot more professional. So, grab your tool belt and let's get started. First up, a simple one that saves so much hassle: taking a picture. Before you disconnect a single wire from a switch, an outlet, or a light fitting, pull out your phone and take a clear picture of the setup. Seriously, you'd be surprised how easy it is to forget which wire went where, especially with complex three-way switches. That quick photo is your perfect roadmap for putting everything back together correctly. It takes 2 seconds and can save you hours of guesswork and potential mistakes. Next, let's talk about stripping wires. It's a basic task, but doing it right is crucial. Many people use pliers or even a knife, which can easily nick the copper conductor. A damaged wire can create a hot spot or break later on. My hack: invest in a decent pair of automatic wire strippers. They're not expensive, and they're a game changer. You just pop the wire in, squeeze, and you get a perfect, clean strip every single time, without damaging the core. It speeds up the job and ensures a solid, safe connection. Here's a neat trick for when you're pushing wires back into a junction box. It can feel like trying to stuff a sleeping bag back into its tiny sack, right? Wires get tangled and it's a struggle to get the device to sit flush. The secret is to fold your wires. Don't just shove them, fold them back and forth, like an accordion, as you push them into the back of the box. This keeps them organized, prevents stress on the terminals, and gives you plenty of room to screw your socket or switch back into place easily. Now, let's chat about identifying your live, neutral, and earth wires. In the UK, the modern standard is brown for live, blue for neutral, and green and yellow for earth, but in older homes you might find different colors. You could see red for live, black for neutral, and a bare wire with a green sleeve for earth. If you're ever in doubt, the number one rule is test, don't guess. A simple voltage tester pen is an essential piece of kit. It will light up and beep when it detects a live voltage, removing all doubt. Never, ever assume a wire is dead. Always test it first. Speaking of testing, another fantastic tool is a socket tester. It's a small plug you pop into an outlet, and a series of lights will tell you instantly if it's wired correctly. It can detect common faults like a missing earth or reversed polarity before you use a socket you've just wired, or if you're checking one in a new home. This little gadget gives you instant peace of mind. It's a cheap and effective way to double-check your work. Here's a hack for your toolbox. Instead of having loose screws and connectors rattling around, use a small, clear organizer box with multiple compartments. Better yet, get a few small magnetic bowls. When you're taking apart a light fitting or a socket, you can pop the tiny screws into the bowl, and they won't roll away and get lost in the carpet. It sounds simple, but trust me, when you're up a ladder, it's a lifesaver. When you're making connections in a terminal block or on a switch, how do you know the screw is tight enough to loose? And you get a poor connection that can arc and overheat. Too tight, and you can damage the screw or the conductor. The professional hack is to use the two-finger rule. Tighten the screw with your screwdriver using just your thumb and forefinger until it stops. Then, give it one final quarter turn with a full grip. This usually gets you to the perfect torque without overdoing it. Of course, for critical connections like in a consumer unit, we use a calibrated torque screwdriver, but for everyday DIY, this technique is a great guide. Let's talk about running new cables. If you need to pull a cable through a wall or ceiling void, it can be a real pain. The trick is to use what we call a draw wire or fish tape, but if you don't have one, a straightened wire coat hanger with a hook on the end works for short distances. For a longer pull, firmly tape your new cable to an existing cable that you're replacing and use the old one to pull the new one through. Just make sure the power is off and the tape is very secure. You don't want it coming apart halfway through the wall. Another great tip is about cutting into plasterboard for a new backbox. Don't just go at it with a saw. You might hit a pipe or a cable hidden in the wall. Use a stud finder first. Many modern ones can detect pipes and electric cables as well as wooden studs. Once you've marked out your cutting area and you're sure it's clear, drill a small pilot hole first. You can then poke a piece of stiff wire, like from that coat hanger again, into the hole and have a feel around inside the cavity to double-check for obstructions before you make the big cut. And here's my final, and most important, hack. It's not about a tool or a technique. It's about mindset. Know your limits. DIY is fantastic for learning new skills and saving money, but electricity is not something to take lightly. If you ever feel unsure, if the wiring looks like a spaghetti junction you don't understand, or if the job involves your main fuse box or consumer unit, stop. The best and safest hack in that situation is to call a qualified electrician. There's no shame in it. It's the smartest thing you can do for the safety of your home and your family. Part P of the building regulations in the UK covers what work needs to be certified, so always be aware of that. So there you have it, my top electrician hacks for every DIY. Take a photo, use the right strippers, fold your wires, test everything. Stay organized and most importantly, know when to call in a pro. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, please give this video a massive thumbs up, it really helps the channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our future videos. We've got loads more practical advice coming your way right here on Electro Guide. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and see you in the next one.